Okay, Amanda Kimmel, if you'd come forward, and Lisa Stone, you are next. If you would take Amanda's place in the chair. You can go ahead, Ms. Kimmel.
I'm Amanda Kimmel, K-I-M-M-E-L, Hearing Officer Studer in the Illinois EPA. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today. On behalf of private citizen Ms. Lisa Stone, I'm Amanda Kimmel from the Chicago Legal Clinic's Environmental Law Clinic. A representation of Ms. Stone is only for the purposes of this proceeding, and the scope of our representation is only on the two issues of phenol exceedance and groundwater monitoring wells. In order to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Buffalo Grove and the surrounding communities, the IEPA should not certify completion of post-closure care for the Land and Lakes Wheeling landfill because of the likelihood of future violations. This is resulting from phenol exceedances and concerns over groundwater monitoring wells. The certification of completion of post-closure care should not occur until Land and Lakes performs and submits an assessment monitoring for phenol of at least in well G118, which was recommended by Kimberly Raw of the Illinois EPA in a July 28, 2010 memorandum, and in an undated draft letter from Stephen Nightingale of the Illinois EPA to Land of Lakes. There have been phenol exceedances at the facility in well G118 since 1995, which is in the entire post-closure period. Additionally, there have been phenol exceedances at every single well in the facility since 2009. According to the Illinois EPA, Land of Lakes must follow its permit, which states that an assessment plan and report shall be submitted to the Illinois EPA in the event that a significant change in groundwater quality has occurred or has been confirmed. Land and Lakes has not done so despite repeated phenol exceedances. Land and Lakes' apparent reasoning for not performing assessment monitoring seems to focus on the fact that resampling has not substantiated any of the recent phenol exceedances. However, this response is unsatisfying because phenol moves so quickly through soil and water, only remaining 2 days to over a week. Since the permit allows for resampling within 45 days, a negative resampling result does not discredit the initial detection of phenol. The upward trend of phenol exceedances indicates a potential for future violations. Thus, under 35 Illinois Administrative Code 807.524C2, the Illinois EPA should not certify completion of post-closure care. Furthermore, due to the number of private wells and community water supply wells near the facility, the low number of groundwater monitoring wells is an issue of concern. There are 30 private wells in close proximity to the facility, and the raw memorandum specifically stated this issue should be further looked into before consideration of post-closure care certification. Moreover, there are 9 community water supply wells located within 1 mile of the facility. Riverwoods and Picara subdivision have wells down gradient from the facility. However, the site-specific flow has yet to be determined. Without a proper groundwater flow evaluation, it is inappropriate that 4 of the 5 wells at the facility are on the eastern side of the facility. The 2005 Shaw report suggested installation of additional wells. In light of the number of private individuals and communities obtaining drinking water from wells at close proximity to the landfill, which is releasing phenol, additional groundwater monitoring wells should be installed. Due to phenol exceedances and low number of groundwater wells, the Illinois EPA should not certify completion of post-closure care because of the likelihood of future violations. Thank you. And I'd like to submit this to you.
Bring it forward. I'll enter it as an exhibit. Lisa, if you'd come forward to the microphone and taking her place in the chair. Thank you. Would be Beverly Sussman. Beverly Sussman. You'd like to pass? Okay. Then we'll have Matthew Norton. If you would come forward and sit in the chair behind the microphone, you will be following Ms. Stone. You'd like to pass also? Okay. We'll have Mark, if I can pronounce this last name, Plumethal. Okay, Ms. Stone, if you'd go ahead and you may begin your testimony this evening.
Okay, I'm a Buffalo Grove resident, and my name is Lisa Stone. It is of concern that Buffalo Grove relies on groundwater as an emergency water source, and surrounding communities rely on groundwater as a primary source of water. Given that the release of phenol and other contaminants has been a known ongoing problem at this landfill, it is unacceptable that the groundwater is not more closely monitored. Though this facility was permitted to dispose of a variety of wastes, including putrescible materials, it has been regulated as an inert facility with regard to liner construction, leachate collection, gas extraction, groundwater monitoring, closure and post-closure requirements, etc. In addition to being an alarming indicator that the facility may not be properly designed or regulated for the waste types that it accepted, this information should lead to an extension of the post-closure time period from 15 years to 30 years as required for landfills that accepted putrescible waste. Although much has been said about phenol, I would like to make one more point. The Land and Lakes permit allows the release of 2 times the PQL as allowed by the Illinois Pollution Control Board standard, which for phenol is 5.0 milligrams per liter. Given the lack of monitoring, however, for bottled water, the FDA has determined that the phenol concentration should not exceed 0.001 milligrams per liter. This is 5,000 times less. Given the lack of monitoring, it is possible and even likely that the phenol emanating from the landfill is not in fact groundwater, but has made its way into the drinking water and should be regulated at the lower level. Because of the increase in releases in the past 2 years, the IEPA should require that Land and Lakes perform and submit an assessment monitoring for phenol. In closing, we have to protect our groundwater as if it were our only water source in the event that we are unable to utilize Lake Michigan. Therefore, I urge the IEPA to closely examine the potential realities and repercussions pertaining to this landfill, using the knowledge and experience we have gained over the years, and not apply the loose and vague standards that were developed decades ago. In an area as vital as the health and safety of our drinking water, common sense and moral decency dictates adherence to the spirit of the law, not blindly to the letter of the law. Our children and future generations need safe water sources, and it's our duty to protect and provide for that. Cradle-to-grave liability dictates that a landowner must not allow their site to cause future violations of the Act. Please address this matter as if the landfill were in the communities that you're raising your own families. Accordingly, the IEPA should not certify completion of post-closure care for Land and Lakes Landfill number 5. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stone.
I'd like to submit this, please.
Sure, if you bring it forward, I'll go ahead and enter it into the record. And Mark, if you'd come forward to the microphone, and Michael Kleinek. Pass, okay. If, oh, Patrick Hosty. If you would take a seat behind the podium, you'll be following Mark. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Mark Blumenthal. That's M-A-R-C-B-L-U-M-E-N-T-H-A-L. I am the president of the Buffalo Grove Area Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is supportive of business development within this community. Our mission statement directs us to take actions promoting the favorable business climate and values of our community. We have reviewed the concept plan for the property commonly known as Land of Lakes. The Chamber believes that commercial development of that site is consistent with the comprehensive plan of Buffalo Grove. Accordingly, we support any business development as long as it complies with the village building and zoning codes, as well as all governmental regulations, including those of the Illinois and federal EPAs. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Patrick, if you'd come forward to the microphone, and the person to take his place in the chair is Barnett. Is it Fagel? Fagel.
Good evening, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. I'm Patrick Hosty, H-O-S-T-Y, Executive Director of the Chicago Area Laborers Employers Cooperation and Education Trust, also known as LESIT. My counterpart, Michael Kleinek, K-L-E-I-N-I-K, Executive Director of the Chicago Laborers District Council, LMCC, is also present tonight. LESIT and the LMCC are labor management organizations comprised of the 20 local unions of the Laborers District Council of Chicago and vicinity, its signatory contractor associations, and its independent signatory contractors. These funds represent over 2,000 contractors and 14,000 union laborers in the 9-county area in northeastern Illinois, including many members who reside in Lake County. We work to bring union laborers and contractors together to develop opportunities beneficial to one another and to the people who depend on their services, including the communities in Lake County. LESIT and the LMCC strongly support the desire by Land and Lakes companies to finalize the monitoring process and begin the development of the Wheeling landfill. Our labor management team believes that the chance to develop this parcel of land is beneficial to this community. With unemployment levels at unprecedented highs and Illinois working families struggling to keep their homes and provide for their families, we know a large-scale project like this will create much-needed construction jobs in northern Illinois. This development will undoubtedly provide work for the union contractors and skilled laborers represented by Lesset and the LMCC. This proposal will help stimulate the unstable construction industry while providing steady incomes and well-deserved benefits to our union laborers and their families, which will ultimately be pumped back into the local economies and regional economies. Construction contractors and union laborers from this region need this work. The Laborers International Union of North America and all its affiliates look forward to providing all the contractors working on this proposed project with the skilled personnel, equipment, and knowledge required to safely and efficiently develop the proposed mixed-use retail and office space facilities, hotel, and conference center. We also look forward to ultimately beautifying the area. The union contractors and skilled laborers support this development. We hope and urge the Illinois EPA favorably supports this application too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hosty. Okay, and taking the chair would be Joe Zapita. If you would have a seat behind the podium.
Good evening. My name is Barnett Fagel, spelled B-A-R-N-E-T. F-A-G-E-L. I live in Buffalo Grove. I've raised my kids in Buffalo Grove. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an engineer. I couldn't tell you one molecule from another. But I do live in Buffalo Grove, and the state and the EPA view the law and how it applies here. We, as concerned residents of Buffalo Grove, look at our health issues first, and those of our children, our neighbors, and those in surrounding communities. I rank human life above commercial property and profit. It is my hope that the decisions made as a result of this meeting tonight by those concerned are those in the thinking that they live in Buffalo Grove. So they take a personal interest, not just a scientific or legal issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Zapita, if you'd come forward to the mic, and taking his place in the chair, Jeffrey Brayman? Yes. Pass, okay. Gina Speckhun, is it? Or Gina Speckhun? Okay, if you'd have a seat behind the podium, go ahead.
Good evening. My name is Joe Zepeda, Z-E-P-E-D-A. I'm the on-site manager for Land Lake's Buffalo Grove facility. I've been a member of Land Lake's facility for 15 years. We're looking for a job. I heard about the Land Lakes and the wonderful opportunities available there. I started my career with Land Lakes as a laborer, and from the beginning, the company became a great fit for me and my life. The organization rewarded me for my hard work and dedication as I've been promoted 5 times over the years. While allowing me to grow professionally, the company became like an extended family to me. Part of what I love about working there is that they truly feel like the company cares about all of its employees. Looking to further my education, the company's education program has benefited me to achieve my associate's degree and look forward to graduating with a bachelor's degree in business from Lewis University. I will complete my studies and graduate in August 2011. I started working at the bottom and have risen into management roles within the organization. I feel fortunate and blessed for the opportunities for growth because of my employment with Land & Lakes. During my time with Land & Lakes, I possess firsthand knowledge of the daily on-site operations of the Buffalo Grove facility. I can honestly say that the organization places environmental safety and the safety of the employees and community above anything else. Our track record for safety is impeccable and shown through various permits and awards the company has received. I'm proud to be part of the organization and what it stands for. Thank you.